Hello there, this is Welsh ASMR 82. Hey, how you doing? So, lots of you have been asking me in the comment section to give you another Football Manager video. I haven't done one in like 2 years or something crazy. I have been playing the game, so I thought I'd talk you through some previous saves that I've done and tell you how they went. A couple of months ago, or maybe a month ago, I did one season, playing as Antalyaspor in the Turkish Superliga. So today we're going to talk about that. And straight after I finish this video, I'm going to do another video for next week, talking you through my current save, because I'm doing a rebuild with Valencia in La Liga in Spain. And if those go really well, then I'll start doing more regular videos again for this, because I've just figured out how to record on my laptop again, because it wasn't working. I tried to do it about a month ago to do a video like this for you, and it just didn't work at all. So I finally figured it out, and I'm happy to do a video as long as the fan on my gaming laptop doesn't kick off too much. So some of you have asked me to do games, like actual play a game during the video. I'm not sure how much background noise we'll have if I do that, because the processor with recording and playing, because my gaming laptop is like 4 years old now, which is quite old for a gaming laptop. So I'm not probably not going to do too many actual games, but I'll talk to you about, how things have gone, my tactics, results, highlights from the season, stuff like that. So yeah, should we get going then? So I did Antalyaspor. I didn't cheat at it in any way. I didn't give myself any more money or any greater status. I just played it as it is, just to see what would happen, because I'm aware that Antalyaspor is in a really nice location. It's in the southern part of Turkey, sort of southwest, on very close to the coast. Beautiful beaches and stuff. A really nice big city, stunning stadium, absolutely world-class stadium. And so I was like, well, and I looked at their team and I realized that they played with wings. And I thought, I think what I'll do is I will try out with this team a couple of tactics and see wing play and see how it goes. So that was the plan, just to try and do some wing play, using the players more or less that I got and investing the small budget that I had to buy a couple of extra players. Okay, so let's talk you through my signings then, because it's only a year. And when I used to do new saves, I used to try and change the squad quite a lot, but one of the things I'm doing now is that I'm trying to use the squad that's there, and I sign very few people in the first window, and I just kind of think about the second window, and by playing with who I already got, seeing who I need to bring in. So transfers sent, I think all okay. So this is the end. So this is mid summer break. We're just about to play our first game of the new season. So this is showing all of last year's. How do I... transfer history. Sorry, I'm a bit slow. I swear I haven't been playing this game a majority of my life, wouldn't you? Okay, so I did the following transfers. Let's take a look. So like I said, I didn't have much of a budget, so I didn't spend even 1 million. So this... Oh no, this is 2000. Oh, okay, so this is the year. Okay, I spent, again, 925,000. I actually got rid of 9 million. So you must be thinking, oh, why didn't you spend that money? Well, the board is broke. So not only did I have to sell to buy, but also I had to sell to accommodate the crippling debt that this club is in, and there's got so many loans and everything, and also they take from all the transfer income, they take like a massive cut. The board do. Let's have a quick look. Finances, 10% of transfer value is made available. So I did really well. We'll see how I did later. But I've only got 1 million to spend, even though I got rid of 10 million's worth of players last season. So actually I kind of enjoyed the challenge. I also massively reduced the wage budget because there were a lot of sort of aging players that were given really good contracts to come to Turkey and play. So I booted them out and I concentrated on younger players. So transfer history, I got in a couple of players for free. So Federico Vico from Leganés, Alexis from Giresunspor. I got Matteo Mejia from, this summer actually, from Man United. These are all young players that I got off at the end of contract. Carlos from Ararat Armenia and Francisco Guedes from Porto's B team. So I had all my scouts looking for young players with a contract that was coming up to the end, and I waited until the summer in order to get them planning for the future. I did manage this summer to buy Faruk Genç from Giresunspor and Umut Bulut from Besiktas. I haven't played this game for like a little while, so I don't even remember who these are. Oh yeah, I was struggling with my wing backs. A couple of them were a bit rubbish and also had to leave. So those are 2 left backs. And I got rid of, on a free, Fyodor Kudryashov of Sherel Floranus back to the Netherlands in Amen for 300,000. And then the rest were, oh yeah, they're on loan. So that's fine. So this was this summer transfer window. This is what I did last season. Okay, so I brought in, well, my director of football, I sort of delegated everything out. I just wanted to do tactics, match days, and have some part in training, because I like to do a lot of set-piece training in the training, so you can't do that unless you're in charge of the training, so otherwise I wouldn't bother. So on transfer deadline day, they brought in this guy called Umut Bulut, and because it was transfer deadline day, I'd sort of said no to a lot of their duff transfers that were like D's in the rating and stuff. But because I pressed spacebar and it was the end of the day, they simultaneously signed him and signed it off before I could cancel it. Oh my god, I'm so glad I didn't. Who would have thought? He was 39 when we signed him for like a smidgen, absolutely nothing. Quite low wages as well. Look at the season he had. He had 26 games. I didn't play him at first, he would have had more, but I refused to play him at first. I was having a right sulk. We signed him for £37,000 and he scored 17 goals, all in the league, and he scored another 5 in the cup. So he had 22 goals in 27 starts, or 30, my maths is terrible, 32 games. So there's only 10 games he didn't score in. He got another 2 assists as well. He had player of the match 5 times across the 2 competitions. Average rating of 7.06. He was a beast. I stuck him up front, and because I played wing play, he's like 184, so he's like 6'1", something like that. Heading 15, jumping reach 13, and his natural fitness, he was always fit. He was an absolute beast. In real life, who's he played for? Oh, he's played for Galatasaray. He's got 11 goals in one season for them, 12 goals on another season when he was on loan. He's been to Toulouse as well. He played for Trab, then scored 13. Oh yeah, so he is a recognised goal scorer. Has he got international? 39 caps, 10 goals. Oh, okay, so I don't really remember him, but he's got credentials, and he had a magnificent season, so he was my absolute best signing, and I tried to stop it, so what do I know? Okay, next up, I got in Altanulashvili from Batumi. It was a bit of a I just needed some legs in the midfield. He didn't get much of a game, to be honest. Kevin, who I loaned out then. Romelu from Atletico Mineiro, who I think I loaned out as well, but in the reserves, he's one for the future. I tried to get a lot of young players in. I got Sangare as a right back, because like I said, I was struggling with wing backs from Fener, and he had a great season for me, but I couldn't sign him on a permanent. He didn't want to come. Jerry Caicedo, another youngster. Sun Mes from Bursaspor. for the middle of the park. Here's another one who, he only played 6 games. I think I bought him in the transfer window in the winter. And then I got more youngsters really, Coutinho, Luisao, and then I got in the 2 Uzbek wingers, Hamdamov and Masharipov. Although it says last season, I only got them in just now, so they've had a cracking, particularly Hamdamov, amazing pre-season. He's got 3 assists in 4 games, one of which he started, so player of the match once, average rating of 7.4, so he's really working in my system, and I only signed him for 400,000. Masharipov got injured during the pre-season, so he's not had a full pre-season, but 140, and I got him from Al Nassr, and yeah, he's only played 1 game, unfortunately, 6.5, so he didn't have a great when he got injured. But he should be the better of the 2, actually. Yeah, and I got rid of, like I said, 10 million. I got rid of Shoya Nakajima, who got homesick, but then went to Qatar, or Al-Kharafa, was that? UAE, for 2.9 million. Fernando in the midfield, Brazilian, used to play for Spartak Moscow, 1.3 million, got rid of him. Helton Leitchi, goalkeeper, but I felt that I had a good enough backup goalkeeper. I couldn't turn down the money. Like I say, I'm drowning in debt. Sam Lashon, back to Saudi Arabia. So yeah, I got rid of a couple of players that were aging, and in the case of Nakajima, totally underperforming. Like, he's supposed to have been my star player. He was a massive wages, and he was just terrible for us. 13 games, 3 goals, 1 assist and 2 plays of the match. That was at the beginning of the season, and then he just literally, every game I played him in his best position. He basically had like 5s, like he was just awful. And in the end, the fans were turning on him and stuff. And so when he said he wanted to leave, I was like, yeah, okay, because I knew I'd get a good bit of money for him. So how did I do then? So tactics-wise, Haji Wright was an absolute beast up front. He's usually a winger for the US, but he managed to score 15 goals. I did have him up front at the beginning of the season when I refused to play this 39-year-old, and then I moved him to the right wing, and he got loads of assists for Bulut, and then pitched him with a couple of goals as well. And then I didn't really have anyone on the left-hand side. This guy was out on loan. He looks fantastic. I'm so glad he's back. Erkan Eyebil, who used to play for Mainz, and Stuttgart's second team. So he's had a good pre-season as well. 2 assists in 4 games. Average rating of 7.2. So I'm looking forward to him if I continue this save. Like I say, Masharipov or Hamdamov would be on the right. Because I'm not sure how much I can rely on the old guy this season. So I've moved right into the striker role again. And then I've got this sort of trio in midfield. Mevlut, Han, Gedish, the new signing, and Altunashvili, the Georgian, just to give some legs in midfield. They're all on support roles, so they're expected to get up and down the pitch. And then I've got the old guy, Ömer, but look at his stats, he was brilliant. He played practically every game for me. And Bahadur, he again was on loan last season, so I just wanted fresh legs, because the old guy who was next to him, I've sold. I think he was just running out of steam. Oh, Vaisel I did use in the centre defence last year, so I think they just played a friendly, so I just give him some time. But my right back is definitely Bunyamin Balcı. He had a fantastic season. 27 games, 1 goal and 1 assist. And yeah, he just was generally like always really, really reliable and good. Left back I struggled with, that's why I bought so many in this transfer window. So I've got this Faruk Genç just signed from Giresunspor, because he had a good season last year for them, and stats wise he was good and he was cheap. Who else have I got on the bench? Usal, so Souza is in goals. He was out on loan, so he's back, because they basically had all their best players out on loan to save their wage bill, I guess. I've got all these youngsters that have got a year under their belt now. I've got Akyol for midfield, who's pretty decent. Erdal Rakip is a starter, the Macedonian international. He had a fantastic season. He 34 games I played him. I basically couldn't leave him out. 1 goal, 3 assists, 1 play of the match, and 6.7 average rating. Oh, is he? Well, he's Swedish actually, isn't he? But I think he chose to play for his parents' nation, Macedonia. Yeah, but he's from the Malmo youth system, isn't he? Bilsel is a youngster. He had a couple of games for me. Federico, underachieving a little bit, but I've only just signed him, so we'll see how he goes. My fan is kicking off. And then most of these are just youngsters. I've just tried to rebuild the team. Denis Milosevic is Bosnian. Again, he was on loan, so he's a bit old and he's very slow. I like pace on the wings, so we'll see how that works out. And then this guy is an absolute beast. Did I sign him on a free at the end of last year? So he hasn't played yet, but his pre-season was immense. 2 starts, 1 off the bench, or 3 in total, 4 goals, 2 plays in the match, 8.03 average rating. So he, I think, is going to be my striker, but he can also play on the wing, so him and Haji Wright are going to switch and swap. So yeah, because I did quite well. So let's have a look at the schedule for last year. So as you can see, I took a little while to get my tactics right at the beginning. So pre-season, did I play those games? I don't think I did. I think I took over here. I went straight into the season. Oh, I might have. Maybe I did. I can't remember. So I got a win, a draw, a win. I lost 6-1 to Trabzonspor, who in real life had just won the league the season before. So they've got a Champions League spot. Fatih Karagümrük, win. Lost to Adana Demirspor. Beat Galatasaray 3-1, which at that point I was like, maybe top of the league or second or something. I was like, oh my god, I'm going on a title run. This is crazy. At this point, Nakajima was still firing. Haji Wright, as I said, was doing well. Larsen totally underachieving. So my wing players, which I was relying on, were actually playing very weirdly throughout the whole season. So I knew I needed to recruit heavily. At this point, still have Fernando next to Erdal and Ufuk in midfield. Bunyamin, Ömer Veysel, and I was playing Cemali. Oh, he was on... Oh no, I've got him. Yeah, okay, so he had a good season. Oh no, he's gone back to Başakşehir. Yes, that's right. He was about 21, 22 when he was playing for us. He had a fantastic season, but has no interest. I've tried to sign him. Doesn't want to come to us. So fair enough. And at this point I was playing the goalkeeper from Brazil in goals, but I've sold him since. So yeah, they were doing alright. I was really pleased with that. And then I beat Sivasspor. Oh no, I lost to Galatasaray home. Did I? Yeah, I did. 3-1. Who scored? Oh, Atukolu. Yeah, fair enough. Nelson and Oliveira. And Bulut scored. That's when I started playing him, I think. Oh no, that was the end of the season. I'm confusing myself. Excuse me, it skipped down. Yeah, no, I did beat them 3-1, so they beat me 3-1 later on. So lost to Sivasspor, then a 1-1 draw, 1 in the cup. Fenerbahce beat me 1-0. It was really close. I was quite disappointed with that. Valencia on the 67th minute. And I had some friendlies because that's when the World Cup was on. And then, because this is 2022, incidentally, I haven't bought the most recent one. I buy them every couple of years. I don't see the point. And obviously it's been delayed, so we won't even go there today. Beat Bursaspor in the cup, then hammered. They're starting to play really well here. Look, 3 goals, 2, 3, 2. So then I went on this massive run, and I was like top. And I thought, oh, this is really easy. Beat Besiktas 2-1. Beat Başakşehir, who have got a really good team. So I was like on a massive run at this point. It was obviously the January window, so I bought a couple of players in, and then it just kind of fell away. Kasim Pasha, Trab, losses, drew to Karagümrük, lost to Istanbulspor, who were bottom of the table. They just hit me on the counter-attack. Got a bit cocky, really. And then I read about how to break a bad run. I did some research and it said you need to be like harder on your players. I was trying to be all softly, like, oh, you know, we played well, but if you had that number of shots in a normal game, you would have won, that sort of comment. And they were all happy with me. But at the start of the game, I was saying like, oh, you know, good luck and stuff. But now I changed my tack a little bit and I said things like, oh, I'm expecting you to win this game. And even if some of them got a bit stressed by it, it is still setting my expectations, you know. So then I won the next two, lost to Gala, which is no shame in that at all, beat Sivasspor this time, lost to Hatayspor, so that's a bit of a weird one. But as you can see, I'm going on a cup run, so then I beat Besiktas over 2 legs, I think, in the cup. And I'm playing this player, Ndao, who's on loan on the wing, but actually, weirdly, even though he is a proper winger, I played him in this role in the middle, and he played a lot better sometimes. But I was struggling to put people out on the wing. I just didn't have any wingers to play my wing tactic. Lost and drew loads of matches in the middle here, including a loss to Fenerbahce, a draw in the second leg to Besiktas, so then I went through to the final. Lost to Konyaspor, and at this point we were dragging ourselves to the end of the season. Loss, draw. Got into the cup final against Trab, who would beat me 6-1, if you remember, early on in the season. Legitimately beat them 1-0. Didn't have to like cheat or, you know, replay it or anything like that. Because I thought at this point I was like 6th in the league, which you don't get any European football in Turkey for that at the minute in this save, because they're right down the rankings before their recent resurgence. So my guy Umut scored the winner. It was quite even on paper, although we had definitely better chances. Our XG of 2.7 compared to theirs of 0.99, and we both had 15 shots on goal. Mine were a better quality. I even missed a penalty, I forgot about that. And Dow, so I let him go back off his loan. He wouldn't have played, to be honest, if I had someone better. And yeah, so then I finished, let's have a look, 6th in the table. Oops. I want to do... I always forget how to do this. Profile stages. That's the one. And then last year. So yeah, Besiktas won the league that year. 88 points compared to Fenerbahce's 79. Trab also had 79. So there's the only 3 European spots. Champions League and then 2 Conference League. And the winner of the cup also gets a Conference League. So there's no Europa League spots at this point in time for Turkey. And that meant that Galatasaray would have had it from the league, but I took it. So Galatasaray don't have European football next year, which is crazy because you should see their squad in real life. I think they win the league that year. Sasha Bowie's still there for them. Sergio Oliveira, Zaniolo, Mertens, Barış Yilmaz, Patrick van Aanholt. Like, it's a proper squad. I don't know what happened. Yeah, so, and then stats-wise, can I see last season? No, I can't see. It doesn't let me. Team detailed. Player detailed. No, it doesn't let me do that. Yeah, so I had a pretty decent season. It dropped away in the end, so I'm hoping that players I've bought do me well. I don't know if I'm going to return to the save. I'm currently doing my Valencia save, which I'm going to do a video on imminently, and then release that next week. So yeah, that's my little catch up on what I've been up to on Football Manager and this ASMR football video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you want me to talk about some of my other saves, then that's cool, I can do that. And also, like I say, look out next week for that Valencia save, which is like partially through, so I'm only at Christmas, I think, so I'll probably do 2 videos for that one, do Christmas and do the end of the season and see how I go. I usually get bored of a save after a season, and even though I do sign players for the future, I tend to think, oh, what about if I played in Belgium? What about if I played in Wales? What if So I get a bit bored. So yeah, and I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, click like, subscribe, check out my other Football Manager videos. I did a Roma save a couple of years back, a couple of different videos for that, if you want to see it, and I'll see you again really soon. And I'm going to press stop, and then I'm going to press record again and get on with this next video. So thanks so much for watching, hope you enjoyed. Thanks for all the comments encouraging me to do this video, and see you soon. Bye 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 bye.